Hi everyone, Emma here. Welcome back, and lovely to see you guys again. It's been a little while for me. And today, I'm just going to jump right in again. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about something I'm passionate about as usual, and hopefully make it slightly more interesting by showing some things. So I'm going to have to flip my camera around because usually, as Peter exposed me, I usually have it flipped because I prefer it that way, but for today's video I'm going to have to unflip it because I'm going to be showing you some things and I don't want it to just be backwards. I'm going to talk about the steps that I'm taking to try and be a little bit more towards zero waste and what zero waste means for me. So before we get into it, zero waste and what that means to me is trying your best, making steps as much as you can to reduce your waste as much as possible. So the goal and the ideal would be zero waste, but I don't believe that the zero waste movement means zero waste. I think that's like a goal, it's like the ideal, but as we know, no matter how hard you try, you would basically never be able to get to zero waste. It's just not feasible, ever. Like things get transported around, like, you'd have to buy clothes from somewhere unless you made them yourself, and even then, where do the materials come from? Essentially, zero waste is out of our reach, but it's like a goal to try and get as close to that as you can. So we've started trying to do what we can to reduce our waste, and basically this is just to encourage anybody. You don't have to be zero waste, you don't have to be, giving up everything just to do something, because even the smallest thing, even making one switch, one, swap, will make a massive difference. And also I want to briefly, very, very, very briefly touch on the fact that I think it's been 2-3 years now that we've been vegan, and going vegan is one of the biggest things you can do to help the environment. And so that's something that if anybody, even if you didn't go completely vegan, even if you, just reduced your meat, content that you ate, or reduced your dairy, or, just try and bring it down just a little, that would be really beneficial to the environment. So I think in the past, people did like Meat-Free Monday. If you could, start working your way to reducing your meat and dairy intake, that is the biggest thing you can do to help the environment. But I'm going to just show you a couple of our early days switches that we've done so far to try and help as best as we can. And so right now I'm just going to switch the camera around. Switched round. So this is unmirrored, which is weird for me, but this is kind of what it's more like. Anyway, so yeah, this is backwards for me. And yeah, so basically I'm going to just show you a couple of things that we started doing to try and, see what we can. If anybody has any comments or any advice also, that's really, really welcome. But also I just want to quickly add before we go into it, I have to be careful in terms of buying products from companies that it is just greenwashing, which is where companies say that it's green and it's eco, when the benefits of that are actually very small, and it's not actually very eco-friendly or green. For example, I think years and years ago we bought a hairdryer that had eco written on it. It's a balance, and it's very difficult to just say I'm doing everything that I can. This is why I'm very open about the fact that we're not very good yet. We're getting there. We're not zero waste by any means, and we are not benefiting the environment that much yet. But going vegan and starting to try and make a change makes all the difference. And I want to encourage people that you don't have to be the best. You know, just doing what you can to make a difference is going to make a difference. And if everybody did a little something, that would be amazing. So, without any more waffling, I will start showing you some things that I just ran around the house and picked up that we have made swaps with. So the first one I'm going to show you is the most exciting for me. Not really. It's a toilet roll. We bought a massive box with, I can't remember how many in it. So this is Who Gives a Crap, and they do recycled paper. They do bamboo toilet paper, and they basically do a lot of good charitable research as well. So really, really good. Toilet paper quality is really good. You get absolutely loads. We haven't run out in months and months and months from this massive box. And yeah, it comes in this nice paper. But the paper's also, you know, recyclable, not recyclable, but, you know, biodegradable. So yeah, really, really good switch. I would 100% recommend this to everybody and anybody. Because if you buy a big bulk pack of toilet paper, it comes wrapped up in plastic. You only get like 6 or 8 or whatever. And then you have to go back to the shop and buy more again. And it's not recycled, it's deforestation, all that kind of thing. So who gives a crap? So recently we've started going to Jar, which is a local shop here near where I live, and it is basically, it's sort of quite old-fashioned actually, this kind of idea where you have like jars and bottles and things, and then you go and refill them. Central idea really. So I've got a big old empty bottle of oil here that we've used up that was plastic, and we're going to go to Jar and fill it up with oil. So that plastic bottle doesn't have to then go in the bin and go to waste. We are going to continue to use it for as long as we can, really. So that's one swap that we can do. There's all different kinds of oils that they do there. And this is just something I'm really excited about that we have access to, because I know, especially in smaller towns, there isn't a Jar. There isn't a swap shop or things like that. But I'm going to show you about some of the things that I'm really privileged and lucky to be able to swap. But I do understand that for some people that's not as easy. But we should push for it in, you know, supermarkets. Is my belief that supermarkets should have swap areas and refill areas. So we've also got, we use these bags here to put our vegetables and fruit in. So we get stuff that's not all packaged up in plastic, and we put them in these bags, that they're breathable, and they're pretty strong as well. And then you just take all your fruit and veg home in this, rather than in loads of saran wrap and extra packaging, which is really, really great. And if everybody could do that, that's a massive change. It's meant that we've been having big tomatoes as well, which is a happy coincidence, because I've been really enjoying them. We just cut them up and have them smaller if we need them smaller. So random tangent, but it's just nice that sometimes you try and make a switch or a change and it leads to like other fun new experiences. Like when we went vegan, to start with, I didn't really care too much about food. I was just like, I'll eat it. But now, since going vegan, we try things more, we explore different types of things. It's just been really fun, and that's just been a happy coincidence. Sorry about that, I had to take my jumper off. It's getting a bit warm. We've got the sun out today, finally. It's been raining for months, it feels like. No, it's just been raining for a couple of days, but now we've got the sun. That's nice. Anyway, other swaps, so I'll show you a little bit more toiletries wise. So first of all, we have these, which are toothpaste in tablet form. So these are really, really great. They save all the packaging of the toothpaste tubes, and they're refillable, which is also awesome. And the packaging is all, recyclable. They're just really great. They come in this little tin, and they are a little bit different to normal toothpaste. It's obviously a tablet, so it's going to be a bit different. But ultimately, as soon as you put your toothbrush in your mouth and you're brushing teeth, it's the exact same. And I think it's 100% worth it, because then if everybody made the switch and there was no more toothpaste packets, big difference. It's all very small things that seem insignificant, but if everybody, made the change, it would make all the difference. So, sticking in the bathroom, we've also got, this is a shampoo bar, and it's very local to us. It's handmade in Devon, which is the area I'm from. And these are great. I mean, the plastic waste in that compared to a shampoo bottle, especially if you've got longer hair that you would go through, I don't know, every couple of weeks. How many plastic bottles is that? Whereas with a bar, there's none. I find that it's not as easy to use as just squirting shampoo in your hand, rubbing it in your hair. But it's not that much more difficult either, honestly. You just rub it in your hands, and then rub that in your hair, or you can just rub it on your hair a little bit as well if you want to get extra lather. But honestly, the difference between the plastic waste is no problem for me. When it comes to shampoo, all I really want it to do is clean my hair. I'm not a fanatic about it, so that's perfect for me. The boys that live with me, they use a conditioner bar as well, which is essentially the same thing, but it's conditioner. I got on with it for a while, but then I found that my hair felt more thicker, my hair just didn't feel as soft and nice as I'd like it to. And obviously with all of these swaps, you've got to find stuff that gels well with you. So I didn't get on that well with the conditioner bars. I found that it didn't condition my hair as much as I'd like. It felt more like shampoo to me. So what I did was, so you'll have to excuse the grotty label, but I've used this in the shower. This was for, bath stuff. Big nice bottle. I fill this up at jar, and this lasts me ages. You just weigh it. You weigh the empty bottle, and then you weigh the amount that you filled up, and that's it, done. The first time I did this, I used the sticky labels that you scan at the till, but there is an alternative way of doing it where you write on it with chalk or something. I'll have to look into that and update you guys in the future, but there is a way of doing it so you're not wasting the sticky labels as well. But even so, one sticky label per refill, and this is a big bottle, considering the amount of plastic bottles I'd be going through for conditioner every time, it makes the big difference for me. Just sliding the conditioner out of the way there just so you can't see it. Just got a little duck friend there. So anyway, the other things I'm going to quickly go through. So that's the bathroom area done. The only other change in the bathroom that's a bit more zero waste is that I don't shave. So I'm not using shaving cream or as much body soap. Because I'm not shaving, and also I'm not using a razor, so that's not wasted. So again, I know we've gone through I don't shave, but I think that for me is a really good personal choice. So I don't feel like I'm wasting as much when I'm perfectly happy to not shave. Having that feeling of having to shave was quite, a burden, especially when I was like, but I'm wasting so much. So now I don't have to waste it, and that's another advantage of not shaving, which I know I've spoken about in the past, so we won't carry on with that one. I've only got a couple more things to talk about here. I don't know why I did some kitchen stuff before the bathroom stuff, and then we're going back into the kitchen. Just wait, my mind's gone, I'm sorry. So the other one we've got is these big jars, and they are like mason jars, I suppose you could call them. But this is at the moment full of sausage mix, vegan sausage mix. But we've got another one of these full of kidney beans. I think we were getting another one full of rice. So again, these are all things that you can refill at jar. And I think it would be really great if supermarkets and things like that could bring that back. So we've got another one of these. This has just got our pasta in, and usually it's got more pasta in, but we are out of pasta at the moment. So there's all these containers and things that we, refill. The other thing I'm going to quickly touch on is this thing. It's a silicone, sponge, essentially. We use it as a sponge in the kitchen to wash up. But it's reusable. It doesn't really get old. It's lasted a long time and will last a long time. Again, the impacts of using silicone rather than using a more natural sponge, perhaps. But this was a switch we made quite a while ago. But again, thinking about these sorts of things, thinking about, every aspect of your day from morning to night, in what way can I make this more eco-friendly, from the beginning of my day all the way through to the end, and just sort of trying to do your best. It's not easy, and I know that because I'm very lucky to have a local jar where I can refill everything, that makes things a lot easier. But just as simple as using these bags to get your fruit and veg, and maybe using a shampoo conditioner bars. They are for sale in supermarkets as well. The first conditioner bar I got was from Sainsbury's. So there's lots of little changes we can make, and if everybody did their little bit, then it would be amazing. The final thing that I'm going to quickly say, and you're going to have to block your ears. The final thing I'm going to show you is these balloons. So plastic balloons, very bad for the environment. Everybody uses them, everybody loves them. Not good for the environment. All that waste, all that plastic waste. Those ones are silicone, but it's a type of silicone that biodegrades. Crazy, but I had no idea this was a thing. Biodegradable balloons. I'm really happy because I love balloons personally, and I was like, oh god, we're not going to be able to have balloons at our wedding, but we are, because they are biodegradable, and I have done the research and they are, and I'm really happy about it. So yeah, those are some things that I do to try and be more eco-friendly and zero waste. I'm going to flip me back round again to make myself a bit more comfortable. There we are. Flip me back round again. Sorry if that's a bit jarring for people. I just prefer it this way. So yeah, basically I just want to encourage people that it can be fun as well to try and make these changes, and it's, you feel good about yourself when you're making these changes. You're just like, yeah, I've done at least one small step towards helping the environment, and I think everybody cares. I genuinely do think everybody cares about the environment. It's just not necessarily as easy, and a lot of things are stigmatised, and a lot of things are portrayed as quite difficult. Also, the only other thing I'd vaguely talk about is voting with your wallet, and especially in terms of the vegan community, a lot of people don't want to support companies and big corporations that are not great for the environment. Companies that do sell meat and dairy, people don't want to support that. But if those companies produce a vegan alternative, if those companies do a push towards environmentally friendly actions. I personally, in my opinion, would support that by buying those vegan products, because if more people buy the vegan products and the eco-friendly products, that's what they'll produce. It's how the market seems to work, you know. If you buy more vegan stuff will be sold, and that is evident at the moment with the amount of vegan stuff on offer at the moment. And I think that's the same for eco-friendly things. There's a big push for it at the moment. There is a little bit of greenwashing, which we have to really watch out for. But some companies, maybe smaller companies, or some companies that really are making the switch, really are trying to do something good, even if it's not their whole company and their whole aesthetic. I think it's worth supporting to encourage them to do more of that. So that's been it really for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it hasn't been too much of a ramble. And I hope you don't think that I'm just trying to rag on you people if you're not vegan. Not at all. Not at all. It's just something that I'm very passionate about and want to share with people. But of course I don't judge anybody here. No judgment. Just wanted to put that little disclaimer in there just in case, because I know it can be a bit of a sort of sticky subject. I'm just encouraging people, if you can eat less meat and dairy, just cut it down a little bit. That makes a massive difference to the environment. So again, you can look at veganism in the same way as you can look at zero waste. It's like a goal. It's like something to aim toward. If you're not there yet and you know you're finding it difficult to make that switch, that's also fine. If you are just able to do your part, that's amazing. So again, I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you for returning, and thank you so much for subscribing, those of you that are. Really, really appreciate it. It means so much to me. So yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you later. Bye!